So it's locked onto your face. You can see by the red dot. So
Yeah.
pick up your right arm or something. Or, pick up your right. Actually, maybe your left will be a little easier. Or it'll realize it and it'll wave back to you. So there's a bit of intelligence in the device itself.
Yeah.
And some, not too much. There's a lot of reaction to these touch sensors.
Yeah.
Most of the intelligence, though, is derived from the PC. So there's a lot of computation done on the PC. It can recognize up to 2 faces. Yes, so it actually has a mind of its own. It's all. Let me see if I can show you the emotion space. So this is all in Japanese, but so this is the emotion space, and as you go further down, its happiness decreases. So this is its current state, the red dot.
Right.
Further up means happier. The x-axis is sleepiness.
Right.
So it will fall asleep. Right now it's very aroused and fairly happy because you're paying attention to it, you're interacting with it. But if you ignore it for a certain amount of time, it'll start becoming unhappy and grumpy, kind of like a child.
Right.
I mean, it's modeled after about a 4 or 5-year-old.
Right.
So it'll start going, I'm unhappy, or I'm sleepy, or, what have you. So right now, as we're ignoring it, it's trending towards unhappiness, and it'll probably start saying some things to us. And it's trending towards sleepiness. So let's just give it a few moments, and it should get unruly, I think. Yeah, so at about here is where it should start. And these are just... Okay, so it's about to become sad. And you can see its eyes are closing. It'll probably start snoring in a few seconds. Takes, I think, around here. It actually falls asleep and starts snoring.
Don't touch my ear.
So there's a little unhappiness, and I think we're about ready to fall asleep. There you go. Your eyes are almost shut. And then we'll wake it up in a few seconds. The whole idea is to put this in rooms with elder care or even children.
Yeah.
Something people are more comfortable talking to. Teddy bear, certainly.
Yeah.
There he goes. She fell asleep. So it snores a little bit. Yeah. I mean, the camera stays on while it's asleep, so there is the chance of extra monitoring, like you were saying, elderly patients falling down. And then if we want to wake her up. So it can only pick up 2 faces at a time. Right now we've got a lock on Tony. Alright, so somebody's awake. And essentially you can do, the ability to use this for, like you were saying with the Microsoft Connect is, the ability is there. It's just a little bit more time of development. Speech recognition is something we've worked on, trying to get it to take orders, post to Facebook, items like that, and that's worked so far. Let me show you, there's a dance. So another thing that we've created for it is the ability to run like calisthenics routines and dances, just to kind of encourage older people to be more active. So let's see if this works. Should take a couple seconds, and this should break out into a traditional Japanese calisthenics routine. And I think I only have the Japanese version loaded at the moment, but it may be in English. Okay, there's that. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it is starting exercise. Usually there's a...
Falling asleep again.
Yeah. But usually is what it does is it'll step through.
Don't touch me.
It'll step through and it'll go raise your right arm, raise your left arm, kick your feet. I'm not too sure he wants to do it today, which is okay.
The exercise one?
Yeah. Try one more time. With the English behind it. Yeah, sometimes the exercise can be tricky with it.
That's fast asleep.
I mean, the little child falls asleep all the time.
Hello. Wakey, wakey.
Goes out. So, but you can also force activity.
Yeah.
Try to do that a little bit. So right here, this is actually showing a handset of the sensors and what the results are. So this right here is the mouth sensor.
Right.
This is the neck. This is the speaker. And this is kind of each activity. Or I'm sorry, this isn't the input sensors. This is what we're pushing out.
Tickles.
So everything went with a react to right leg tickling. So that's where you can kind of see what's going on with it.
Right.
Here's where we can force some behavior. We'll try that in a second. There's the emotion space we saw.
Yeah.
It's all programmed in Java and Ruby.
Okay.
So it's very extensible. Right here, this is the input of what we're seeing. So here's all the input from the microphone, which is actually turned off at the moment.
Right.
And let's see, this is what macro is occurring. Grip. So right here, it'll show you if you touch one of the sensors, it'll show up. Right leg being touched.
Right.
Right shoulder. I think there's a nose. There we go. That's right shoulder again. Nose. So it'll do that. And it can show you what sensor somebody's touching. So we should get left hand or left shoulder. If he touches paw, right shoulder.
Yeah.
So, and then you also see his awakeness, pleasure arousal, as we were saying. Let's see if we can force. There's a bonsai routine where he kind of gets ready to jump here. There it is. Let's force that one to run. See what he does. Yeah, so he throws an arm up, legs up. Yeah, he kind of stretches, alternate.
And falls asleep.
And then there's rhythm.
Yeah, like any child, bored already.
It's very much that, yeah. So they program in the kind of the
I'm
feelings and the
sleepy.
automated sleepiness
Yeah.
into the microcontroller in the robot itself, and they made it, I would almost complain, too much like a child. I mean, it's too accurate to a fault, perhaps, that it'll say, quit touching me, or, so there we can force him to kind of run like an airplane.
Don't touch me.
How about the reminder application?
Oh, and another thing that's handy that we're working on polishing up a bit is medication adherence to make sure older folks have taken their...
So at a set time.
Yeah, so right now we have a program that runs in the background.
It is 2 p.m. Please take your multivitamin and the Zocor tablet.
And it'll trigger audio like that. The bear just reads to somebody. And we're working on hooking it into a more diverse range of medication compliance systems. So
in Japan, actually, they try to